Lee Remick was one of Hollywood's most elegant yet daring actresses, a woman whose career balanced incredible talent with a presence that was impossible to ignore. Rising to prominence in the late 1950s, she quickly became known for her beauty, her striking performances, and a willingness to take on roles that pushed the boundaries of what audiences expected. But beyond her on-screen work, it was Lee's photos and moments in the public eye that left people talking, especially those occasions where she bared it all, leaving little to the imagination. Born in Quincy, Massachusetts, in 1935, Lee Remick entered show business with a natural charisma that few could match. She first caught the public's eye in A Face in the Crowd, 1957, but it was her role in Anatomy of a Murder, 1959, that made her unforgettable. Portraying a complex and scandalous character, Lee proved she wasn't afraid to dive into roles that challenged social norms. That boldness carried through not just in her acting, but in how she presented herself to the world. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Remick's photo shoots and film roles reflected both her sophistication and her daring spirit. Hollywood was changing, and actresses were beginning to embrace a more liberated approach to glamour and sensuality. Lee, always ahead of the curve, took part in images and roles that showcased her beauty in ways that often blurred the line between art and provocation. Those photographs, whether styled for magazines, captured candidly, or emerging from promotional shoots, often left audiences stunned. She wasn't afraid of being bold, and the result was an image that continues to fascinate decades later. Of course, bearing it all doesn't just mean revealing skin. For Lee Remick, it was also about revealing vulnerability and emotional depth. Her performances in films like Days of Wine and Roses, 1962, and The Omen, 1976, showed a rawness that few actresses dared to deliver at the time. She put everything into her roles, exposing emotions and truths that resonated with audiences in unforgettable ways. That ability to bare her soul is part of what made her such a legendary performer. Still, it's impossible to ignore the visual side of her career. When fans and critics say Lee Remick left little to the imagination, they're remembering the photographs and movie scenes where her glamour, daring fashion, or unexpected candid moments captured something both shocking and beautiful. These weren't just about provocation, they were statements of confidence and independence during a time when Hollywood was evolving. Even today, those images of Lee Remick stand out because they embody timeless allure. She managed to be elegant and bold at the same time, never losing her sense of class even when showing more than the world expected. That balance is what makes her legacy so powerful. She proved that beauty and strength don't cancel each other out, they amplify one another. When people look back and say Lee Remick bared it all, leaving little to the imagination, it's not just about the photographs or film stills. It's about the way she lived her career with honesty, vulnerability, and a refusal to be boxed into Hollywood stereotypes. She was a woman who dared to show both her glamour and her truth, and in doing so, she secured her place as one of the most unforgettable icons of classic cinema.